Hello, everybody. How's everybody out there in Baltimore? Welcome to Late Night Baltimore. It's another great show on another great Saturday afternoon. Looking everywhere. All right. Okay, today we're going to talk about something. We're going to dive into something that actually is almost working here in Baltimore. Something positive. That's right. I said it positive. For Baltimore. All right. Let's see. What is it? It is something that we like, that we've been working, this city's been working on forever. We've been known for our terrible, horrible violence. That's part of our mythos, as it were. But today we're talking about something called the Group Violence Reduction Strategy, or GVRS. Okay, this program is being placed in Baltimore. It has helped drive homicide rates down to levels not seen in nearly 50 years. 2026, by today, city is only like 33 homicides last I checked through early May, and that is a drop from the 300 plus years we used to see around here. So we're going to look at how this GVRS started, and if it's working, and what are the criticisms behind it. All right. Stick around for this one. This is a very important episode. Let's talk about the origins. The idea of focused deterrence didn't start here in Baltimore. It goes back to the 90s in a city we call Boston, Massachusetts. They used to call it back then in Boston, they called it Operation Ceasefire. It was developed by criminologist David Kennedy. His idea was that if you took a tiny group of people, often influential members in crews or gangs, they're the ones that drive most of the shootings. If you focused on them instead of just basic policing, blanket policing, you identify these exact people, you give them a clear choice. You give them real help, or you put the threat of serious consequences if the violence continues. That carrot and stick approach, that became the model for what we're doing now. They're trying now in Baltimore. Okay. What do you think of that? Leave your comments if you like. I see some comments here. All right, that's nice. Okay. To continue. Let us continue, and let us continue. Okay, let's go on. Baltimore tried versions of this before, twice. In the 90s, and once again in 2014. Both times it fell apart because of poor coordination, not enough services, and a lack of buy-in by the community. Then Brandon Scott took office in 2020 and promised to make GVRS his flagship strategy. The city spent a year planning, getting the community to input into ideas, and everyone trying to build the right infrastructure for the program. So the pilot program launched in 2022 in the Western District. Where is the Western District, you say? The Western District of Baltimore. Here is the Western District. This is the district map. These are all the streets here. Can you see? Let's enlarge the map here of the Western District. Does this help? Let's see. Share this damn screen. All right, here it is. That's the district map. Neighborhoods in the Western District are Sandtown, Winchester, Penn North, and Druid Hill. Major Natalie Preston is the district commander, and Captain Horace McGriff is the district executive officer of the district. And here is the Western District headquarters. Address is 1034 North Mount Street, and their number is 410-396-2477. Okay, now, that was where the program began. And that is where it continues. And that was Western District. It was historically the most violent. Who runs it day to day? The Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, or MONSE, coordinates everything. They work hand in hand with Baltimore City Police Department, especially its group violence unit, and the Baltimore State's Attorney's Office for doing the prosecutions. The service side is handled by two nonprofit programs, ROCA and Youth Advocate Programs, or YAP. They provide mentoring, job help, and daily support. Community leaders come in like pastors as the moral voices to deliver the message that the neighborhood wants the violence to stop. On the legal side, it's backed by the local police and prosecutors, and the prosecutions who prosecute the crimes. And they can pull in state and federal partners like the ATF, the FBI, Maryland's Attorney General's office when it's needed. So it's a multi-level team that is involved with this. Now, how do the actual notifications work? Baltimore leans heavily on custom notifications, small one-to-one meetings. After a shooting, a team shows up at someone's door, pulls them in. That team will include a high-ranking police officer, someone from MONSE, a counselor from ROGA or YAP, and a community member. And they make the message crystal clear. We know who you are. We care about you. Here's real help. We can give you job training, even stipends, things that'll change your life. But if you keep shooting, we're coming at you with everything we've got. Every charge, every resource. They started with these personal visits to get the message right before doing bigger group call-ins. Between 2022 and 2026, they reached 367 high-risk people with these services. So that is how the nuts and the bolts of it work, sort of. Okay, now, you asked, where has it been implemented the most? Well, it started in the Western District, then it rolled out to the Southwestern District in 2023, Central and Eastern in 2024, Southern in 2025, and Northern in April 2026. That's now 6 of the 9 police districts, covering over half the city's population. The Western District was always the toughest and most violent, so that's where the early results were measured. Okay, now let's get to those results. In the first 18 months in the Western District, the independent study, this is from the University of Pennsylvania's Crime and Justice Policy Lab, found about a 25% drop in homicides and non-fatal shootings, and a 33% drop in carjackings. No, none of these crimes just moved to other neighborhoods, and the overall arrest rate didn't go up. It meant that they weren't just sweeping up people for minor stuff. Citywide, homicides were at a low of 133 in 2025, and that was the lowest in 50 years. So it sounds like it's a great success and all, but not everybody sold on it. Some of the criticisms that have to be addressed include some activists and community voices say it's still too police heavy, that it's more stick than carrot. They worry about the surveillance aspect and targeting. They feel are like unfair or like old school crackdowns with just a new name. Others point out past versions of this strategy failed in Baltimore. So why should this one succeed? And there's a lot of debate about how much of the citywide drop is from GVRS versus better prosecution and the national trends that began around 2022 nationwide. Some say the program needs even more investment and actual services and a broader community involvement to balance the law enforcement side. But the truth is, the implementation is very difficult. It takes constant coordination, steady funding, trust between the police, nonprofits, and residents, most importantly. All of these factors that need to be involved for it to succeed have tripped up the program in other cities. But the numbers are hard to argue with. The city keeps pushing it and now sticking with it, and they wanted to push it citywide. So if you're listening to this, if you know anything about this, what do you think? What do you think other cities are doing that Baltimore could model that would help drop the crime rate, the homicide rate, and the violent crime rate here in the city to improve the quality of life and make it a safe place? Okay, that's about it for now. Let me give you the name of this program once again. It's the Group Violence Reduction Strategy, or GVRS, and it goes through the mayor's office, Mayor Brandon Scott. So if you would like to address any aspect of it, what you have to do is you have to contact the mayor. Let's see where the contact info. Let's see. Yeah, everybody. Hold on. Okay. Here is the info. It's managed by the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety Engagement with which is MONSE. You can email MONSE with questions at monse.gvrs@baltimorecity.gov, or you can call directly at 410 93696 3100 to get information and to get any assistance. Let me show you let me share the website there. Hold on now. I'm going to share the website. There it is. That is the website. This is the website. It gives an overview, a little history, this cool chart here. Gives more detail about how it's operating, who provides reports about it, how you can follow it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, how you can follow MONSE. All right. Well, that's all for the show today. Please, if you can, like and subscribe. Leave some comments at the end. Positive, but mostly negative. No, just kidding. And anything else. Before I go, I will say, let's check if there's an Orioles score and what their record is. As far as sports go, the Ravens are already starting rookie camp coming up. Okay, at the end of the sixth, the Orioles are losing at home to the Athletics. They are losing 5-0. The Orioles are 17-22. It's now at the end of the sixth. Come on, Orioles. You can't go too far under 500 and expect people to hang around during the season. That's just too much to ask. We need a good baseball team here in Baltimore. All right, everyone. Remember, get on Act Blue and contribute to the Democratic Party, your favorite candidate or cause, political cause. And also, F MAGA. And it's 70 degrees and it's nice out. So y'all have a great day. Like and subscribe and share and tell all your friends about us. Okay, everybody. Have a great day in Baltimore. Stay safe.
Big Rooster.